Hi, my name is Noah Silver, and this is my digital content portfolio. First things first, we're going to head into the portfolio itself and take a look at the teaching rationale. This is what I want to do as a teacher. When it comes to teaching, there were three major inspirations to what I wanted to be as a teacher, and that was my love of math, my work with my mother in her classroom, and through chalk covered hands, I mean my time in gymnastics and how that impacted my relationship with coaching and teaching, and really did show me that teaching was going to be something that I could be potentially good at. So the paper itself talks about my love of math, where it stemmed from, especially in high school, where I really did fall in love when working with the teacher herself. I talk about working with my mom and working in her classroom for a very long time, seeing the kind of the behind the scenes of what teaching is. And then I talk about my years of gymnastics experience and talk about how that has shaped me to um, want to be a teacher. And through all of that, I know that my classroom is going to embody that love of math. I know that my classroom is going to foster that same love of learning that my mother taught me. And then gymnastics has also given me that ability to see that I am potentially already good at this. So we'll head back to the portfolio itself, take a look at the digital skills competency. We see the Google Classroom certification. We see my Bitmoji Classroom, and we have a few links to some of my instructional videos in the past. One of them being the teaching of the Pythagorean theorem, and another being the teaching of the array and area model of division. And then from here, we can head back and take a look at some of the activities I have created for my portfolio. So from here, we can click back, head to the integrated learning activities. So the first one, dealing with content specific, we can explore probability. Through here, they watch a video about probability, what it is. They engage in it by reading and being able to calculate some. From there, they're actually going to engage in a game, embracing what probability is. And from there, they're going to keep track of some of the outcomes that they have through that. And then once they record some outcomes, they're going to share how they, with other students, how they can use the information that they've learned from the game in order to predict how well they're going to do in the game in the future, that kind of thing. The topic Excel focusing high on that use of probability and appropriating the probability of chance by collecting data on the chance process that processes it and observes it in long time frequency. So that's the content specific activity. Then, of course, we get into the ITSE standards activity. And while it is math based, it really does help students engage and focus on some of the ITSE standards. So through this activity of completing the square, students engage with an online activity of utilizing algebra tiles. And through that utilization of algebra tiles within the lesson itself, students are using technology to seek feedback that can inform and improve their practice and demonstrate their learning. So like they're actually using the algebra tiles to demonstrate completing the square, which is a very important tool. Students formulate problem definitions suited for technology assisted methods. They're using algebra tiles to create these abstract models and boost their thinking and exploring when finding solutions. And then of course students are also communicating these complex ideas by creating these models within the online resource. Lastly, students, when talking about the implementation of it all, we have the 3D printing project, and within that project itself, within math, 3D printing can be highly utilized. It can be used to engage students in communicating complex ideas clearly and effectively through visualizations, models, and such. So like within a geometry-based classroom, I can use 3D printing to explore area, volume, proportion, and other geometric standards within each of the grade levels, with the idea of 3D printing helping to boost their understanding of these specific content standards, because it gives them those hands-on ability to manipulate and process like the design process of the 3D figure.